Welcome in, little pups. Destined Rivals is going to be releasing in about a week and a half. Pokemon cards from pre-releases are already being sold on eBay and TCG Player. We're going to be seeing the prices and also the order of which Pokemon card the market thinks is more expensive than the other. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and also check my live stream content where I open Pokemon cards. Let's get to it. First order of business, we have the sealed booster box right here, selling consistently for $265. $265 as of today and yesterday, $260. And I'm sorry for the people who spent $400 thinking this set was going to be very inflated, but things are coming down in the Pokemon space. Some people say that after Black and White, things are going to come down incredibly, especially now with news related to Pokemon hiring more people where they're printing facilities. We have the loose packs for $18, the booster bundle for $73, the check lane blisters, and the promos for the blisters. We first off have a Substrika, is going to be one of the promos. We have a Gastrodon, Skeledirge, Rapska, and a Togekiss, and a Kangaskhan. Not much to say about those. Those are not the best. We've had some other sets with way better promo cards, or way better, more fan favorite promo Pokemon. But if you're a fan of any of these, then of course those are there for you. And one special thing about this, maybe the promos for the blisters aren't that good, but the build and battle box for Destined Rivals is honestly the best, probably the best out of any Scarlet Violet and a lot of Sword and Shield sets. This build and battle has the best set of pre-release promo cards in a long time, and I'm gonna show them to you right here, right now. We are gonna start with the first one, which is the Mimikyu. The Mimikyu's pre-release promo, Destined Rivals, is gonna be selling for $10. We already know Mimikyu. I'm sure you've heard of it. It is a Gen 7 Pokemon, Sun and Moon. It is a very fan favorite Pokemon. Next up, we have Tyranitar, Team Rocket's Tyranitar, second generation Gold and Silver, the pseudo-legendary of that region, and one of the most popular Pokemon, which I wish they made a special illustration out of, or an alt. Well, they did. Battle Styles had the alt art, yeah. But it was a sleeping Tyranitar. I really want like a really proper, menacing one. Anyways, after that one, we have Ethan's Typhlosion. Very fan favorite, like literally the copycat of Charizard. It has the same base stats in the Gold and Silver games as Charizard. It was meant to be like a copy of Charizard, but in a different creature, like what is it? A ferret? What is this? A weasel ferret? Typhlosion, Ethan's Typhlosion. Apparently, as of now, the Tyranitar is the most expensive one, and the last pre-release promo is Misty's Gyarados. So as you can see, the lineup for the pre-release promos is actually incredible. Tyranitar, Ethan's Typhlosion, and Misty's Gyarados. Definitely would recommend getting this for the future, because I imagine building battles, they are heavily printed, but I don't believe they are printed more so because, especially now that we don't have the build and battle stadiums anymore. They ended with Paradox Rift. Anyways, let's get started with the first card we're going to show off for Destined Rivals is the Illustration Ariana, last sold on eBay for a good reputation seller. We have a $17 for Yama. I think this is quite overpriced. My opinion on this card, I definitely see this card being a nice little $4 card. There are many illustrationers that are worth about $2 to $4, and Yama, while it is a very pretty card, Yanma is definitely not a super fan favorite Pokemon. So I definitely see this being a $4 card. Would not recommend to buy. Next up, we have Rapidash. Now, this is the one that really caught me off guard. This is my absolute favorite illustrationer out of this set. Actually, it might just be one of my favorite cards in general out of this set. This Rapidash, I don't understand. It has been sold consistently for around that $20 mark on eBay. And honestly, if it just keeps going down, I'm definitely getting many copies of it. I think this card will surprise a lot of people in the long term, and it will it will outshine many cards in my opinion on this set. So it's already one of the cheapest cards, one of the cheapest illustrators in this set. So I would definitely keep my eye on that. I honestly would, if it drops to like maybe $12, which I imagine it will, or 10, I will definitely buy many copies of that, because this is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous card. The illustrator Rand did an amazing job on this card. Next up, we have Arvin's Greedent. Greedent, again, not a super fan favorite. I like the artwork. The artwork is very cute. $20, definitely wouldn't buy it for sure. I definitely see this card being, again, like a $5-6 card at most in the long term. Next up is Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, the first card that got revealed from Destined Rivals, funny enough. We had reveals for Destined Rivals with Kangaskhan here before we even got Glory of Team Rocket in Japanese. So, anyways, this card at $24, it is a Generation 1 Pokemon. I could definitely see this card being like a $14, $13 card, maybe $12 in the long term. And well, I would hold off for now. Definitely don't go buying this card. Next up, we have Clamperl, one of the most artistic cards in the set, at $25. Also, Clamperl, not again a super fan favorite. I could see it being like a $13, $12 card again. Would definitely hold off if you're not too desperate. We have Team Rocket's Murkrow. Now this Murkrow is pretty. I like the background for sure, and has Ariana. But again, Murkrow, not the most fan favorite Pokemon. We can hold off for it for now. I can see this card being like $8. Next up, after Murkrow, jumping up a bit, we have Cynthia's Roserade. Cynthia, the champion of the Generation 4 games, one of the strongest Pokemon trainers of all time, one of the most fan favorite characters of all time in Pokemon, with her Roserade. Now, Roserade, not really the most incredible Pokemon, but this is a beautiful card nonetheless. Cynthia just carries the card, honestly. Look at the character itself at $36, a little overpriced. Definitely would say this card is probably going to drop. I would say maybe to like $18 in the future, $20. I would definitely pick it up, honestly. If it stays steady at like 18 or something, I would pick it up for sure. Afterwards, we have Team Rocket's Weezing at $29. Petrol, one of the Team Rocket admins, with his traditional Weezing. Not much to say about this one. Not really. Weezing is, of course, a very iconic Team Rocket Pokemon. It was James' Pokemon in the anime. So honestly, the name itself is kind of iconic. But Weezing. Well, I'll go ahead and put it at like $12. Let's say $12. Next up, we have Team Rocket Spidops illustration rare. Now, Spidops is a new addition to the Team Rocket roster. Don't really know the admin in the back. And the thing about this card is that it's really good in the game. I've already seen matchups, and this card does play well with Mewtwo, I believe. Mewtwo does need Team Rocket Pokemon in the deck. I believe this is going to be a top tier deck, which means it affects the price, because if the Spidops is going to be a really good card, then people are going to want to bling up their decks. So I understand why it's on the more expensive side for the illustrations that we've seen. But obviously, if you're not playing the game, then I would not recommend buying this for now. This card in the future is like, after rotations and everything, is likely going to be like a $5 card. Let's go on to the next one. We have one of the best looking cards in the set, Misty's Lapras. This card beats out many special illustrationers. In person, I pulled this in Japanese. It is a gorgeous card. Definitely the photo does not do it justice here, with the holographic and everything. At $50, illustrationers usually don't go for that much. I mean, especially if there's many of them. But I can definitely see it being $50 in the long term for sure. But at the moment, I would definitely wait for it to drop. It is way too hyperinflated. But definitely one card to look at in the future. It is gorgeous. Next up, we have Ethan's Typhlosion, the trusty Ethan's Typhlosion. So Ethan here, if you in the anime they showed him in Pokemon Chronicles, he did have Typhlosion, and Typhlosion is pretty much like the pick of almost everyone in Gold and Silver. So Typhlosion again, very fan favorite Pokemon. And the artwork, it does go really hard. Again, like Misty's Lapras, I would definitely put it below Misty's Lapras for sure. So yeah, that's where I put it. Right now they're about the same price. These are all sold listings, by the way, with decently reputable sellers. So I would definitely wait for this card to drop. Next up, we have Team Rocket's Meowth, one of the most talked about cards in the sets, in the Glory of Team Rocket Japanese set anyways. This is one of the most expensive cards in Glory of Team Rocket. $50 at the moment. Of course, I would definitely wait for it to drop. This card with the Persian in Shrouded Fable go really nicely together. And Persian right now, after having, grown over the past months, is only about $40-something. So this card is definitely a little overpriced. Again, one of the most talked about cards. So we'll see what happens with it. We have Shaman here, $50, a little on the high side of the prices. And the reason is Shaman is actually going to be a stable card in a lot of decks. A lot of decks do need the ability that Shaman has here to prevent damage from EX cards and stuff like that to the bench. Yeah, that is very prevalent in the game. So Shaman here is going to be very, very played. Now, for the price, I don't think it's going to be that crazy where it's going to be $50. Definitely would wait. Maybe wait for it to be, I don't know, like $20-something, I would say. To a 20-something. All right, next up is literally, I think, going to be a top 3 card, even though it is not right now. I believe this card is going to be a top 3 card, or top 5. Top 5 card, the Misty Psyduck, a card that has eluded me in Japanese. I've opened boxes and boxes of Heatwave Arena. I have not pulled this card. This is the most pretty Psyduck card. Honestly, the most pretty Misty card as well. I think it's better than the Starmie from Astral Radiance, which pretty much has the same thing going on as this card. Definitely a different art style. More or less cartoony, more realistic, although Misty is contrasting with Psyduck. This card is just gorgeous. Now at $75, would definitely not recommend it. I would say this card is probably going to be like 35. I would say 35 in the short to long, maybe couple of months. That's my prediction. We have next one. We're going into the SIRs. Arvin's Mabalstiff, probably one of the weakest SIRs in this set. At $50, you can already see it is the cheapest SIR. Would definitely see this card being about like a $15 to $18 card in the future. Let's go on to the next one. We have Yanmega EX at $65. This card does look stunning in person. I pulled it in Heatwave Arena. Have pulled it. It does look very, very stunning. Now, unfortunately for Yanmega, it is not the most fan favorite. As you can see, there's some glitter here. Yeah, the glitter on the goggle eyes is beautiful. Now, I can definitely see this card being more expensive than Arvin's Mabalstiff. I would, again, still put it at the range of, like, honestly, no, maybe I would put it at the range of, like, $13, $14. But in the long term. In the short term, it's probably going to stay around, like, 20. 20-something. All right, next up, we have the special illustrationer of Ethan's Adventure. Now, Ethan's Adventure, Ethan's definitely not as talked about as Red. He's kind of like in the backside. People don't really talk about him that much. He is a protagonist that you play in Gold and Silver, by the way. He is Gold and Silver in the or Silver in the game. So yeah, he has Cyndaquil, Slugma, Pichu. Very cute card. Very, very artistic card. Now, definitely $100 is way too overpriced for this card. Way too overpriced. Way too overpriced. I would definitely see this card being easily 20-something. Heck, I would even see being like 40-something and not too far off in the future. All right, next up, we're going into Giovanni, the man himself, Mr. Giovanni. Now, this card right now has been sold for about the same as Ethan. Definitely see this card being more expensive than Ethan. Giovanni is just that guy. He is the big bad of Team Rocket, of Pokemon, actually. Mafia boss, mass gangster man. He is the yeah, I would definitely see this card being about $30 to $40 in the long term. $100 is way too expensive, so definitely hold off for now. Next, go on to the next one. We have the first waifu, the nice lady Ariana from Team Rocket, one of the admins. I forgot what her big Pokemon is. Is it Honchkrow and Hot Gold Soul Silver? I actually don't remember too much, but this is definitely a super artistic card. This card is easily going to be the most expensive trainer special illustrator, but $75, still too overpriced. My favorite special illustrator and trainer cards in Scarlet Violet are Perrin and Carmine, and they are not even $70, so I would definitely not put this at $75. I would put her probably around $40 to $50, like Giovanni, more than Giovanni for sure. I think, maybe. Honestly, Giovanni's way more popular, but she has better artwork, and she's a nice lady as well. So I don't know how exactly who's gonna come out on top, but I imagine she's gonna come out on top. Afterwards, we're done with the trainers. We have Team Rocket's Crobat EX, one of the most nice little different art style for Crobat here. Crobat is a popular Pokemon, but not super popular. $200, way too expensive. Definitely see this card being, please don't buy this. Don't buy this even at half price. I would buy this card at like $40 to $40 something. That's where I believe this card will land at. Next up, we have Nidoking. Now, more people are talking about this card, Nidoking. Nidoking is one of Giovanni's staple Pokemon for sure, along with Rhyhorn or Rhydon. Nidoking is that Pokemon. Nidoking is one of the coolest Pokemon ever made. Now, at $189, it is not all that. It is not all that. Definitely see this card being like a $50-something card, maybe. If not 40 something, but 50 something. I would definitely not buy it at even half price, honestly. All right, let's go on to the next card. We have now we're talking about the big boys. The big boys. We have Team Rocket's Moltres EX. In my opinion, this is the prettiest looking special illustration, or the coolest special illustration in this set. Team Rocket's Moltres, very, very cool. People were comparing it to the old Team Rocket Moltres, asking people which one was better, either the old or the new, and obviously whoever has way more nostalgia for Moltres said the old one. Well, I personally, I was obviously around that time, and I have to agree that Moltres, old Team Rocket Moltres, looks like a rubber chicken compared to this. Like, this is actual beautiful artwork. This beats it out completely. At $250 though, of course, super inflated. I would definitely put this card around $60. I put it at $60. Now imagine it's gonna be underrated a little bit, and then in the long term people are gonna think about it. But I would definitely see this card like $60, maybe $70 in the long term. Let's go on to the next one. After Moltres, we have Ethan's Ho-Oh. Now, I was not the biggest fan of this card. I have pulled it already in Heatwave Arena, and not my favorite art style of Ho-Oh. At $300, definitely for sure not worth it. I definitely put it at the same price as Moltres here. About $60 at most, maybe like $40 to $50 if I was being very genuine. Let's go on to the next one. We have the Garchomp here, Cynthia's Garchomp. This is a bad photo, but it was pretty much like the best sold listing that I saw at $350. One of the most expensive card in this set. Not the biggest fan of the artwork, but it does have Cynthia. Cynthia is probably the most fan favorite character here, with a special illustration apart from Giovanni. $350, of course, too expensive. I definitely don't see it as $350. I don't believe it deserves $350. I think it may be at most like an $80 card, but I imagine it won't drop too much. It'll probably drop to like $150 in a couple of months, and then over time, when more and more printing comes out, it'll be like I'd say like a $70 card. Let's go on to the last card, which is the big boy, the one everyone was waiting for, Mewtwo, with Giovanni, Team Rocket's Mewtwo. Now, I think, yeah, Team Rocket's Mewtwo sounds okay. I think it would have been cooler if it was Giovanni's Mewtwo. That would have been sick. But anyways, we still have the Team Rocket Mewtwo. That's not too bad. We have mixed feelings about this card. Let's say 70% of people like it and 30% don't. I was personally a little disappointed, was waiting for a little more of a masterpiece of an art style, but this is definitely a very unique take on, well, not take, but art style for Mewtwo for sure. I was kind of expecting something akin to the Shining Legends Mewtwo, which is definitely, in my opinion, the best looking Mewtwo ever. This card, though, does have its own feel and vibe. Very menacing. A lot of people were saying Macy's Parade because it looks like a big, oversized Mewtwo balloon. But anyways, I digress. This Mewtwo is at $800 being sold consistently. It is going to get hyped up for quite a while. Definitely going to be a card that is going to drop the least in this set. Long term, I definitely see this. I honestly think this is a little less popular than, cooler than the Pikachu from Surging Sparks, and Pikachu is right now like a $290 card. So in the very, very long term, I see this card being $200 and something. Very long term, like a year from now. But as of right now, for the next couple of months, I don't see it dropping below $375 to $300. I don't see it. I just don't see it. It's probably going to be around that much. $800 though is disgusting. Please don't fall for the FOMO or the hype. Please don't fall for the FOMO or the hype. But anyways, yeah. Also, Team Rocket's Mewtwo is going to be a very playable card, very cool card. And, yeah, that's going to be what happens. Anyways, guys, we just got to see Destined Rival Price's pre-release form. I know it's very inflated, very hard to predict what is going to happen. But let me know what you thought about some prices that I thought long-term and what you think about these cards now. Let me know if you're going to get any Destined Rivals. I believe sealed products should drop to like close to $200 at the release. I mean, Journey Together booster boxes are still a little bit over $200, so I guess Destined Rivals should go over Journey Together because it is a way better set than Journey Together. Much more depth into it, more cards and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, what do you think? Hope you guys learned something, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Always remember to cool